Volcanoes fascinate many of us, but in recent years supervolcanoes have taken over the public's imagination. Geologists have been able to look into our past and see some of the damage that these natural wonders have done, and it's fair to say that they have the ability to reshape our planet. One example of this is the Toba super eruption that nearly drove humanity to extinction. Prior to this event, there was an estimated 1 million human population. After the event took place, there were only 11,000 humans left. One of the largest supervolcanoes in the world which doesn't get much attention is that of the Long Valley caldera. Scientists have said that it's of particular interest because it holds the title as being one of the largest calderas. Only recently, scientists observing the area discovered 240 cubic miles of magma sitting beneath California. Experts at the United States Geological Survey have said that you've likely heard of this supervolcano beneath Yellowstone National Park, noting that headlines about this volcano often come up, but have said that the Long Valley caldera doesn't often get mentioned, but said that their recent reading using three-dimensional full waveform tomography was definitely of interest, and said that further studies showed them that around 25 to 30% of this 240 cubic mile of magma could be liquid. The United States Geological Survey even admitted that if the Long Valley caldera was to blow, it would be as devastating as the last Yellowstone super eruption, saying that this happened around 640,000 years ago. The team behind the study has said it's strange that you hear so little about this supervolcano, especially knowing that it has the ability to do an incredible amount of damage. The USGS team said that Yellowstone is very visual in terms of being able to see active hot springs, but the team also noted that the Long Valley also has a geothermal system and many hot springs, going on to detail that this geothermal system even powers the local power plant. Simulations have shown that if the 240 cubic miles of magma found underneath the Long Valley supervolcano were to erupt, it would eject over 800 times more material than that of Mount St. Helens, with researchers noting that Mount St. Helens took the lives of 57 people, and also caused more than $1 billion worth of damage. A United States Geological Survey pamphlet also said the following: rapid flows of glowing hot ash covered much of the east central California, and airborne ash fell as far east as Nebraska. The Earth's surface sank more than 1 mile into the space vacated by the erupted magma. The reservoir currently contains enough melt to support another super eruption, comparable in size to its last eruption. End quote. Geologists published a study in the Geoscience World, saying the following: ongoing uplifts suggest that new magma may have intruded into the reservoir. Despite 40 years of diverse investigations, the presence of large volumes of melt in Long Valley's magma reservoir remain unresolved. The United States Geological Survey added the following: increased volcanic unrest including volcanic swarms, ground deformation and CO2 gas emissions in the Long Valley area since the 1980 increases the chance of an eruption occurring in the near future, but scientists still lack adequate data to calculate by how much. Volcanic unrest in some other large volcanic systems has persisted for decades, or even centuries without leading to an eruption, but since volcanic unrest can escalate to an eruption quickly, in a few weeks, days or less, the United States Geological Survey scientists are monitoring the activity closely. End quote. Scientists have said that this gradual growth is likely an influx of magma that's flowing into the magma chamber below the supervolcano, noting that it's essentially filling up the area in preparation for the next super eruption. Researchers from the US Geological Survey's California Volcano Observatory in Melon Park, California, revealed that they'd found a blind spot underneath the supervolcano, noting that the image, which was taken by a NASA supercomputer, revealed both solid and molten rock. The United States Geological Survey said the following on their website: the Long Valley caldera east of the central Sierra Nevada range, formed as a result of the Bishop Tuff eruption, a super eruption that occurred around 760,000 years ago. Resurgent doming in the central part of the caldera occurred shortly after the caldera forming eruption. During early resurgent doming, the caldera was filled with a lake that left lakeshore traces on the caldera walls and the resurgent dome peninsula. The lake eventually drained through the Owens River Gorge. Along the caldera's ringfold, Mammoth Knolls is the youngest eruption about 100,000 years ago. In the topographic basin, Cone 2652 in the west moat is around 33,000 years old, and dacite lavas in northwest moat are 40,000 to 27,000 years old. The mafic chain along the west rim is 16,000 to 17,000 years old. The caldera remains thermally active, with many hot springs and fumaroles, and has had significant deformation, seismic activity and other unrest in recent years. A robust geothermal system inside the caldera fuels the Casa Diablo power plant, which generates enough power for 40,000 homes. The late Pleistocene to Holocene mono-Ino craters, which cuts the northwest topographic rim in the caldera, along with Mammoth Mountain on the southwest topographic rim, are west of the structural caldera and are chemically and tectonically distinct from the Long Valley magmatic system. The most recent activity in the area was around 300 years ago in Mono Lake. Both Long Valley Caldera and Mammoth Mountain have experienced episodes of heightened unrest over the last few decades." End quote. So what do you make of these recent discoveries? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.